Hello. We're back. Everything's fine now. Let's play.
It took
Yay.
24 hours to fix it. We called in a tech.
23 and a half hours, to be clear.
Yeah, I flew in and took care of Evan's Dreamcast. It's a little different from a computer, but I mean, you know, same parts, just in different ways.
And I flew in and just got drunk while watching.
Yeah, that's Ryan's new thing now.
Yeah,
By the way, this is JRPG Historia Future Perfect. I'm Time Captain Evan, joined as always by Space Quartermaster Ryan.
Heyo.
And as sometimes by Virtual Stowaway Kyle Locke.
We did have a close call once where Ryan was too drunk. He started just pissing everywhere, and he almost got on the Dreamcast. So
fried the motherboard of the computer.
It's no joke. This is a serious concern of mine because is happened with increasing regularity. Okay. That I will be.
Now that I'm 21.
That now that he's 21, I mean, let's be honest. When you were 20, didn't stop you from fucking getting drunk on Pandora's Tower.
It was once.
But it was the first episode of Pandora's Tower.
It's not my fault.
It's happened repeatedly recently, and it looks like there's some big missile here. I am paying attention. Just want to let everybody know.
All right, good.
That I've been trying to arrange things, and he has said, "Well, if I'm sober, I'll be there."
That's perfectly normal. Perfectly normal.
I mean, I'm not saying it isn't normal. I'm just saying, what are you guys doing?
When I left work earlier today, because I got to leave early at the bar I work at, I had a beer before I left too. I clocked out, then had a beer, and then went home.
Nice.
God damn it!
Somebody bought it for me, so whatever.
So it's fine. That doesn't count as alcohol unless you buy it.
No, it counts as alcohol. It's just free alcohol. The best kind.
Free alcohol is the best kind of alcohol. So Ryan, do you have a favorite drink then at this point?
I mean, I just drink like a Corona now and then.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that's
fucking wimp. Jesus.
I'm not huge into like liquor and stuff like that.
Oh,
like,
okay.
My favorite drink is the Shirley Temple. See, you take
are great.
You take.
They are really good.
Yeah, that's that's a big problem for me. Is that I really, really like Shirley Temples, but I always feel weird, especially now that I am like basically a grown-ass man.
Fuck that! I still order. That's my thing.
I mean,
I enjoy. Sorry.
I mean, I want shoes that light up when I walk. Like, still, like I don't.
You want Velcro, man? You need Velcro.
Velcro, yeah.
You want what are the name of those shoes with the wheels in the back?
Oh man, I'd love to have some of those.
Heelys. They would always advertise them as like, it was one of the things you could win on Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I never had a pair of those. I really wanted a pair too. It's like some people just kind of.
Evan, you know that podcast idea for game shows that you have?
Yeah, that's one of my better podcast ideas.
We really need to do that with Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Oh god, Kyle, have you been filled in on my joke podcast idea for game shows? It's a show about game shows, where each episode we pick one specific episode of a game show to watch, and then we talk about it in infuriating detail, so that the only way anybody listening could enjoy it is if they've seen that other one episode of like The Price is Right.
Wow.
Because we'd be talking specifically about like the contestants and the choices.
Vanessa just didn't make the right choice on Cliffhanger. I'm not gonna lie. That is some seriously poor Plinko skill.
When you said like frustrating detail, I thought you were gonna be like fucking Tolkien, like every single like little minuscule detail you could come up with, you need to talk about.
When I say
just like so specific to the point that like nobody would understand.
But also but also vague in some ways, because it's really specific so that if you've seen it, you get it, but it's also like we talk around any sort of context.
Right.
So we'll just be like, fucking Vanessa, and we'll never explain what. Yeah.
That would be incredibly infuriating.
Yes.
You are correct.
So Gilder's army is staging a coup here.
Yep, they are attacking.
Yeah, I still unabashedly order Shirley Temples.
Oh, don't get me wrong. every time I'm at a place that has one, I will order it. I just wish I didn't have to say, could I have a Shirley Temple?
You wish they just knew.
I wish I just went to one place often enough where I could be like, get me the usual, and stare them dead in the eyes, and they'd know.
But that's... I, have noticed, well, not even noticed, but that's the thing, like, I know I'm good, I'm not an alcoholic, because given the choice between a Coke and any alcoholic beverage...
You'll take the Coke?
I'm taking the Coke.
Okay.
Soda always tastes better to me.
Soda's so good.
Yeah.
Soda's so
like,
good.
I'll take a water over a beer if I could.
Also, it'll probably kill you slower.
Yeah.
Not saying it won't kill you, but
just slower. But I mean, really, what isn't killing us?
Yeah.
You should try a rum and Coke sometime.
I've had a Captain and Coke.
Captain, okay. Did you like that?
It's alright. I gotta like, my thing is like I don't like the taste of like just alcohol so much that like if I have a rum and Coke, I just have to kind of sip it, so I taste more of the Coke than the rum.
So I have a question: if you could buy a device that you could painlessly like hook up to yourself, and once a day you could push a button that would just make you feel drunk, would you prefer that to drinking?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. So what's the drinking for then, if you don't like the taste of alcohol and you don't like feeling drunk?
Social acceptance.
Okay.
I would say if you want to try something that like you're not gonna taste the alcohol at all, you could try things like a Long Island iced tea.
Yeah, I mean,
those are rough.
They're like mixed.
It depends
drinks and
on
stuff.
how it's made, because especially like in college towns, they will fuck it up by putting a lot of alcohol in. If it's done right, you shouldn't taste the alcohol at all.
Have you ever had an AC Slater?
No.
It's just a mini Long Island iced tea. It's
okay.
It's like half of what you usually get it in, and you're just supposed to chug it.
Have you ever had a KK slider?
The other thing you could have is like a fishbowl.
Fishbowl. I've seen too many people at the bar I work at have like
They are
get
really good.
A fish. No, I'm not having.
They're really good.
You know,
It's like
you know how,
Kool-Aid.
you know my pitch for that game show podcast?
Yeah.
That's how I feel right now listening to you two talk about fucking specific alcoholic drinks.
I did have a trash can, which is just a Long Island iced tea with Red Bull in it, and that was terrible.
That sounds terrible.
I mean, I know people are way into like Red Bull and vodka.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, people are way into it. I'm not saying it's good.
Yeah, it's just I don't.
I do not have a ton of
I'm not an
alcohol
energy drink person,
experience, but
Yeah, no, I think like beer tastes fine. Like I wouldn't like.
Oh, see,
I'm not
no,
repulsed by it or anything.
Yeah, I
but...
can't stand. There are a few beers that I'm okay with, but for the most part, I can't stand it. I prefer like mixed drinks and things like that.
I'm the opposite. Just cause like with vodka and stuff that you're usually putting in mixed drinks, I can taste the alcohol so much.
Right.
Ryan, I figured it out. I know what your drink is.
What?
You need to get some fucking alcoholic lemonade.
I'll have a Mike's Hard.
Yeah, like Mike's Hard Lemonade. You need to just do that. Should be your thing.
Half gallons of Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Mike's Hard Lemonade, or some Smirnoff.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I like that stuff. I've had that before.
Yeah.
Smirnoff is like it's not bad, but like it's really definitely more about the taste.
I just picture you like a fucking grizzled detective. It's like you pull out a bottle of lemonade, and then you get like some Mike's Hard Lemonade. You pour it in. You like dump out the lemonade, pour in the Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Just take swigs from it.
Yeah.
Mike's Harder Lemonade.
Yep. You could always do harder.
My sister and I went to we were shopping at the mall for like a Father's Day present for my dad, and then like in the mall that we go to, there's a bunch of like restaurants and bars and stuff also. So we went to like a happy hour just to get some food and like a drink.
Okay, hold on. I want you to continue this story, but I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Basically, Gilder's army attacked, and now everybody's freaking out.
Pretty much, and we are going to try and get to Fina.
Okay, good.
While they're distracting.
Continue.
Okay, so Well, I was looking through and I was like, oh yeah, I saw on the happy hour, because it was like $2 drinks, like a list of a bunch of $2 drinks, and there was this thing called the electric lemonade. So I was like,
Yes.
I like lemonade with stuff like that. So little did I know that in this very dimly lit bar, I would be brought out the brightest drink I've ever seen, because it was a lemonade, vodka, and it had one of those light up ice cubes, and it was bright blue.
Nice.
Oh.
So, like, with like 20 people sitting around this bar drinking like beer and different like drinks, I'm sitting there like lit up, like I was under like a spotlight because of this ice cube in my drink.
That's great.
Sounds pretty good.
If you go to like B-Dubs, they have an electric lemonade there, and it's pretty good. Also, they have what's called a J&G, which is whiskey and
Ginger
ale.
Ha! I figured it out.
Yeah,
I'm
like
pretty
that.
excited.
That's pretty good.
I'm pretty excited about it. My mind was on ginger though, because I'm a big fan of ginger drinks.
Right, and depending on which one you go to and who's your, the person who pours your drink, they have pretty good mojitos. So,
I'm not a mojito fan.
I like mojitos until like I'm drinking it and then like I get a leaf in my mouth and I'm like, bleh.
Yeah. So Evan, what are you just gonna drink straight scotch when you turn 21?
I mean, we've already established that I drink what, like whiskey?
I drink whiskey.
Was it scotch or was it whiskey?
I feel like it changes with some regularity.
Yeah.
Any drink that you could just have on the rocks in a small glass and like swirl around.
Sit in like a red velvet robe and
have a cigar.
Watch Masterpiece Theater.
That's just what I always imagined.
Yeah, that is an old podcast bit. That was like a podcast episode 9 or 10 bit.
For Evan's 21st birthday, I'm sending him just a bottle of brown liqueur.
Yep. When that arrives in 2023.
Jeez.
As we've established earlier in this show, 12 years old.
12 years old.
I just want to remind everybody that we have a continuity on JRPG Historia Future.
Also, I'm dead.
Also, you're dead. No,
that was the chef.
You're not. You killed the chef.
Yeah.
Chef Boyardee.
No, that's a different chef.
No, I know. I just would like to remind people.
I'm pretty sure the actual name of our chef was Chef Boyardee.
Yeah, it was Chef Boyardee, and then we made the joke because he was dead of Chef Boyardee.
No, that was like
that joke then too, because I know that joke we made when we crossed the like pirate ship that had the chef on it.
Yeah, we made the Chef Boyardee joke like 30 episodes after the Chef Boyardee joke, but so basically we've just prestiged our jokes. We've looped back around on ourselves.
Ed Norton. Wait, no, that wasn't the Ed Norton movie, was it?
What?
No, the Prestige. Hugh
Jackman, Christian Bale.
Ed Norton was the other one.
Fight Club. And The Illusionist.
Fight Club.
Fight Club, that great movie about magicians.
Yep.
Great. It has Ed Norton in it, motherfucker.
Does.
You want to dance this dance? Guys, we're reunited with Fina.
Yay.
And I bet there will be no more complications.
Exactly. We'll be fine.
Aww.
Couldn't have swore that before this all happened.
Look, okay, do-over. Okay, Gilder, can we not make this into a... Remember when
It gets better.
Remember when we fought that guy in that prison cell? That was you looking into a slightly distorted mirror. Oh, God. Gilder, there doesn't need to be a love triangle here. We're perfectly content. See? Look at that.
There you go.
I know he loves me more than Fina.
Good point.
Good point.
Now Gilder's like, I want somebody to say that stuff to me.
Then he hangs himself. Autoerotic asphyxiation. That's how he dies.
Wow.
In the Batman cape.
Yep. Sure, we can borrow a valuing ship. I'm sure they'd be fine with that.
Yeah. You know, you just talk to the loan officer and...
Yeah. Cut a deal.
I'm sure there's an Enterprise somewhere in here.
That hurts. Bizarrely, in this universe, there is a Hertz line of, like, stores, but they're not Hertz car rentals, they're Hertz donuts.
So you just walk in and get punched?
Yep. There's nothing in there, there's like rows upon rows of pictures of donuts. And then there's just a menu that says, Hertz donut, $1. And then you say, I'll have a Hertz donut, and you get punched, and then you leave. And you're instructed not to tell anyone about your experience.
Alright.
But they really want you to leave a positive review on Yelp.
Hey, please. They get really antsy when the food inspector comes around. Oh, God.
What if you ask for a Hertz donut? Don't say anything.
Have you guys washed your hands recently?
Yeah, get all the blood off.
Yeah.
Look through the keyhole.
Yeah, I'm not playing...
Yeah, we've done that once already. We're not going to do that again.
I'm playing Thief, Ryan.
But looking through the keyhole's totally nothing you can do.
Shut up. Okay, we gotta get to the bottom floors.
We have to get to the bottom of this fortress.
Look at this save point.
Yeah, yo.
So is there an inn on this fortress anymore?
Is there?
Yeah, I think there is. If you go back up to the prison cells, you can probably sleep there.
It's just the Resident Evil 4 vendor with a cot. He rolls out.
You wake up and then there's guards standing outside the door with it locked. Well, he just came back and slept. I don't know why. Been like this for 6 hours.
This is a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be.
It's hard to sleep because every couple hours he asks you what you're buying.
What are you selling?
I've been over this. I just want to sleep. I paid for the cot. I don't want to buy or sell anything. God damn it.
Oh. What are you buying?
Okay, then I'm just gonna go out into the prison tired and die. That's what you're making me do.
He turns over, and, like, closes his eyes, and like starts going to sleep, and all of a sudden he just hears of the guy opening his coat.
Yeah.
And then my eyes open and close up and roll back into my head. What are you buying?
Then you close your eyes again, and you just hear somebody come close to you. They leans, whispers down, dude. What are you selling? What are you selling? What are you buying? Do you know where I can get some drugs? So he's just like a failed stockbroker that took to Raccoon City, right? That's what that guy is.
Okay, sure. Guys, I'm gonna do something really radical.
What? Did you just do what I think you did?
Everything's fine.
You did.
I'll edit this out in post. I saved right before that battle, and 2 people died.
I know you did, but okay.
So,
cheater!
This is
cheater!
Yeah.
Cheater, pumpkin eater.
Jesus. No one's called me a pumpkin eater to my face in years.
So I haven't told you guys.
Nobody still has said it to you
in years.
I haven't had a chance to tell you guys yet about the interesting man I met last weekend when I was at work.
This isn't going to be a sad story, is it?
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, in ways, yes.
Okay, who's this guy?
So he's like, he was a guy who I'd seen before a couple times at the bar that I work at, and he'd come in every so often, get really drunk, and then leave. But last weekend, he got kicked out because he was stumbling all over the place, and we have a bunch of umbrellas set up, and he kept spinning umbrellas at tables people were sitting at. So we were like, all right, it's time for you to leave. And he got really upset at that. So We killed him. No.
So he killed a couple kids. Funny story, right?
So as he was being escorted up out the front door where I was, because I was checking IDs that night, he suddenly rips open the top of his polo, like he rips his buttons open, and tattooed across his chest is the word pussy.
Oh god.
So wait, what's that? Hold on. Is that a tattoo he has specifically to rip off his shirt and present to people?
I don't know.
As if he's saying it to them?
I would assume so, because he kept pointing at his chest and saying, "This is what you are. This is what you are."
Okay, so yeah, no, that actually doesn't take much to puzzle him.
I thought it was going to turn into he was the guy that keeps getting interviewed on the news. That
right, that guy.
No,
how did they let him back in for a second interview?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
It gets worse.
Okay.
So as he gets angrier and angrier and he keeps yelling,
takes off his pants.
No, he rips his. He starts actually ripping his shirt off, and as he rips it off, under the word pussy is a big from his waistline all the way up to right under right about where the middle of his chest is a big forearm with a fist and a middle finger tattoo.
Here, in fairness, he went... Okay, this is a very labored joke.
Oh boy.
So I want you all to bear with me.
Okay. Everybody sit back, relax.
So he went to the tattoo parlor, and he didn't have quite enough money. Because originally what he wanted was for it to say Octopussy and have a finger gun, because he's a huge James Bond fan. Okay.
That's it?
Yep, we're done.
That wasn't as painful as I thought it was going to be, so...
Okay.
So, long story short...
Better than expected, Evan Tognati.
Long story short, 10 minutes later, cops had shown up when he was out in the parking lot and punched a hole in a car.
A car? Like the glass, you mean?
No, he dented a car by punching it.
Okay, but it's not like he took his bare fist and rammed it into the car, and there was a hole.
Yeah, this isn't Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
No, please, Street Fighter.
Yeah, you don't have 60 seconds to... My car!
So yeah, he's not allowed back. But yeah, we just all thought it was funny that he ripped his shirt open and he had a permanent tattoo that said pussy, and he kept saying, "You're all this." He wouldn't even say the word. He wouldn't say "you're all pussies." He would say, "You're all this," and keep pointing at the tattoo.
I feel like that guy... Obviously, I'm not a terribly big fan of gendered insults, but that guy probably is, and I feel like if that's his intent, tattooing that on himself probably sends a mixed message out of context.
Projection.
Yeah.
Well, our theory was that he got both tattoos, the pussy tattoo and the middle finger tattoo, because he hates himself so much that he wakes up every morning, looks at himself in the mirror, and just calls himself a pussy and says fuck himself.
God damn it, Dave.
You're such a pussy. But yeah, my manager, the lady who hired me, she's a bouncer and she's an ex-cop. So she escorted him out and he kept going, "You're a pussy," and she goes, "Yeah, I do have one of those. Have a good night."
Slam dunk. You turned it around on him.
Yeah. Bang.
So he was just drunk.
Yeah.
He was just really drunk.
And really angry.
And those things go well hand in hand.
Oh, absolutely.
I like how I could just leave this running for 20 minutes. Hey, look! Ica, focus. Ica. Ica.
Hey, over here.
Jesus. There we go.
Found it!
Aww. It's probably not good while we're on this elevator.
No, we're fine.
I mean, how does you said that as if the ship rotating had some benefit. now's our chance.
They're all distracted by this fortress turning.
The fortress turning is that big. If you remember the last time we were in Valia, they said there was that big door that only opens once a day to let traffic in, and it's impenetrable.
Ah,
that's the door opening.
Oh,
be careful!
Oh no, stealth!
Careful of the spotlights.
Yes.
Oh,
if
boy.
you get seen by a spotlight, you get into a fight.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
I don't know why every JRPG insists upon having a stealth segment, but they do. They
you can do it.
Okay, we're fine.
Persona doesn't have stealth segments.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Persona isn't a JRPG, it's godlike.
It transcends any
genre. Its genre and just becomes godlike.
Sounds like a Ben Hansen thing to say.
If that's a Ben Hansen thing to say, then I'm happy to be like Ben Hansen.
I also remember the one time I ever actually like personally interacted with Ben Hansen was we had him on a podcast one time.
We did.
Yeah.
And the thing he kept saying was just fuck Final Fantasy 13 too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I remember that. That was right around the time I was reviewing Final Fantasy 13 too.
It was very fun because him being a Game Informer guy, like, it is very censored, and he himself doesn't cuss a lot at Game Informer. So hearing him say "fuck Final Fantasy 13" too was very oddly liberating, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to have more people on our podcast. Yeah. We basically had him once, and then we just stopped trying to get guests.
You need to reach out to him again.
Yeah,
maybe get some of the other GI guys.
It'll probably work since. Last time he was on, there were also 6 other people on, because that was just how we did the podcast at that point.
It was a big... We had some issues in the first year of our existence, let's say, that we have summarily ironed out.
Yeah. Ica, that was pretty good.
Yeah, Ica. Let's look at what Gilder's doing.
Ica, just go sit down. You see this tattoo, Ica?
Colors?
Yes. Oh, right. Hold on, wait. Yellow? So, what's against yellow? Blue?
Silver, right.
Silver? It's done me.
Silver and gold. Silver and gold.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. Alright. Alright, how about you all leave me alone?
I haven't seen Rudolph in so long.
Like, just around the city?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you know, he got caught with pot, and then...
That's true. It was enough to
was right all the time.
Intent to sell. Now he's in jail for like 15 years.
So, Evan, I have a question, being a California person.
Uh-huh.
Well, you're San Francisco, right?
I am in Marin County, which is in the San Francisco Bay Area. I am north of San Francisco by about 20 miles. Going there later tonight, actually. But
okay, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Really late tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so you probably don't have like as much as the Los Angeles crowd, and I'm sure it does. But like, do you have any of those douchebags who vape?
Who vape?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there are like, yes. I'm not gonna say I spend a lot of time around people who vape, nor am I gonna say I've ever seen it like out in the wild. But if you go to like, you know, my gas station in my this town, my town's like 30,000 people, and there's like an e-cigarette stand. So, you know, that's sort of the place I live in. Vaping isn't uncommon.
I hate vaping so much.
Did you see the Metal Gear Solid 5 gameplay demo?
No.
They put 30-minute one.
Yeah, they put out a half hour.
I didn't see that.
Looks cool, but the thing I wanted to bring up is that he has an e-cigarette. And the e-cigarette, like Deadly Premonition, lets you fast forward the day-night cycle.
Oh, okay.
And they say, you know, he can do this because obviously there's no damage to his health because it's not a real cigarette. The best.
Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah, the loading screens.
You had to install like the next chapter, and it would just be a 10-minute loading screen of Snake smoking and saying smoking is bad for your health.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The best part, though, is that the smoke that comes off of the cigarette is, like, digitized. It's, like, blue, like, flickery, staticky smoke. It's wonderful.
Okay.
And it's in, like, 1984.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's, like, late 70s, early 80s or
Yeah.
something like that.
So,
yeah, and that doesn't make any sense.
Whatever. I'm sure they'll explain it away.
2000 and, what, 18 or whatever, when Metal Gear Solid 4 is supposed to take place? Just normal cigarettes for Snake.
Look,
but
it's the top secret technology.
I guess that Solid Snake had no access to.
Went out of style.
I guess.
It's why Big Boss can have
pan.
that fancy iDroid thing, and fucking Snake just gets the Soliton radar system.
Right.
These guys are pesky. Don't want to
Yeah,
die.
I want to play MGS5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And?
I've had a hard time getting into the character Big Boss, to be honest. I love Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
But aside from that, like Peace Walker, I thought was fun, but really just didn't get into it.
Well, this definitely seems like more of a fully featured thing than Peace Walker.
Right.
I'm concerned because I reviewed Ground Zeroes, and there are things I like about Ground Zeroes, but there are a lot of things that worry me about.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for like the pack that's gonna have both Ground Zeroes and MGS5 together, because it's gonna happen.
That's undoubtedly gonna happen, and it's really not. It is like it is shorter than the tanker part of MGS2. Like
Evan,
it is.
You and I both beat Ground Zeroes like I think in like under 50 minutes.
I beat it in about 49 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I remember we had the same time on our first playthroughs.
It's really it is not. They should not have sold it as a standalone video game.
Right, especially at what, $40?
Yeah, I think like 30 last gen, 40 current gen.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So
game looked amazing, but
yeah, like that's what I hear. Is everyone was like the gameplay and the game itself, good.
Yeah.
But super short and probably should not have been sold.
There
at least for that much.
There are definitely problems with it as a game. I think the gameplay is a lot better than I was expecting, given that because I don't like Splinter Cell. And everything I saw from that game seemed like it was moving in that direction.
Right.
But I was pretty satisfied with the gameplay that was there, and it looked phenomenal. I mean, it is probably still the best looking game on those consoles, if I had to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Kojima takes a lot of time and pride in doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
where he gets
absolutely
the most he can out of the system.
But it was one of those things where, like, it was floating around before Ground Zeroes came out that, like, the Phantom Pain is going to be 200 times the size of Ground Zeroes. And before I played it, I was like, that's insane! And then I played it, and I was like, oh, well...
So it's gonna be like a normal game.
Yeah, I mean, it's big, but that's probably... But it's not, like... It's a little misleading to advertise something that's 200 times the size of, like, a small-ish base.
Right.
Also, my problems with Ground Zeroes came more on the story side.
Yeah, the story stuff is the stuff they do with Paz, and it's...
Yeah, I'm so worried about what Metal Gear Solid 5 is gonna be.
Yeah, there's some concerning story stuff in it. The tone is just not as, like, fun.
Right, it seems much more serious. And Kojima's even said that, like, people might be, like, disturbed.
Yeah, it's just the stuff he does in Ground Zeroes, and I'll sort of tiptoe around spoilers for people who haven't played it yet, but the stuff he does in Ground Zeroes that is very clearly meant to disturb you is just really, like, exploitative and gross.
Yeah,
in a way that series really hasn't been before.
Okay.
And then
It's sacrificing quality characters, like, for the sake of making somebody seem like a really bad guy.
Yeah.
When you don't need that.
And also, Kiefer Sutherland is fucking awful.
Yeah. Is he also going to do Phantom Pain?
Yep. As far as we know, there are a lot of internet conspiracy theories about how it's all just a Kojima trick, and Kiefer Sutherland is going to be voicing someone other than Big Boss, and David Hayter will actually be voicing Big Boss. But
yeah,
I sort of doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
It's frustrating because all of the reasons Kojima has given for that decision, other than I wanted to work with a movie star, don't make any sense.
Right.
Because like one of the things was like, well, it's facial capture too, but it's like,
yeah, it does. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like they're keeping the Japanese voice actor, and
yeah.
like one of the other things was he's not gonna, like, he needs to sound older. And it's like, what? What does that mean?
I
He
mean,
played Old Snake, like that, who is in appearance much older than Big Boss.
Right, not to mention the fact that he's a fucking clone. So
right, like there's no... Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert from the 1998 game, yes.
Yeah, he is a clone of Big Boss. Les Enfants Terribles.
Les Enfants Terribles.
Yeah, it's good. So yeah, cautiously optimistic. There seemed to be a lot more like sort of goofy, fun stuff in that gameplay demo. Like they have the Fulton recovery system from Peace Walker in it.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Where you could attach balloons to people and send them to Mother Base.
I saw one thing where it was like somebody attached it to a sheep or something.
Yeah.
They attach it to a sheep, and then the guy doing the commentary is like, "I'm sure we'll find some use for this sheep back at base." So apparently there will be some reason you would want to do that, but just a lot of cool stuff.
Simulator.
Yeah, sheep simulator. A lot of cool stuff where it's like the cardboard box is back, but now you can pop out the top of it.
Yeah, and like I heard, like you can shoot out of the top when you pop out of it.
Yeah, you shoot. That's the whole point. Is you pull the left trigger like you're popping out of cover, and you just pop out the top and shoot someone. And you can also like use the Fulton recovery from inside the box. And you can take like a tanker or like it was in the demo I saw like a shipping freight container, and you just attach the Fulton recovery to it and it goes up. And he had to jump off of it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, if you don't jump off of this, you might get carried back to Mother Base." So
nice.
People should be aware of that, and also it could be a strategy if you need to get out of a place quickly.
Wait, can you equip that unholy
I'm gonna find out.
Yeah.
By the way, you guys, it's been so long since we bought equipment.
Yeah. Unholy dagger.
Would that be like a accessory?
I would assume it's a weapon. Oh, jeez, I have better stuff for her. I do not want to think of how long I've had that.
Yeah, the Skywing, if I remember correctly, is pretty good.
Okay, well, let's put that on. Let's make sure that isn't true of anyone else.
Maybe it's for a person we don't have?
It might be an accessory.
Actually, yeah, it might be.
Okay.
Now that I think about it, I think I know who it's for.
That's fine.
Yeah, the one thing I'm just worried about, especially with Metal Gear Solid 5, is just that quiet.
Yeah, quiet. No, I'm right there.
Terrifies me.
Yeah, oh god. I didn't think it was coming back around.
Well done.
The concern, all of my concerns are story related at this point. Like, I've seen the gameplay and I think it looks pretty cool. And Troy Baker's Revolver Ocelot is actually pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Troy Baker's a really good actor.
It's true.
Retreat.
It's true.
Not sure why they cast him as an Asian man in Far Cry 4. But...
Look, I know they say that guy's Asian.
He's not Asian.
He's the whitest Asian I've ever seen. In addition to that, he is also voiced by a white man doing a pseudo-British accent. So
he is, not to defend it, but they have come out and said that he's only like half Asian or something. But
it was just frustrating because after the controversy happened with that box art, the guy on Twitter, like one of the lead designers, was like smugly, first of all, he's not the protagonist. Second of all, he's not white. And it's like, well, what? I'm staring at him.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're telling me he's not white and like boasting about that, but everybody thinks he's
yeah, like what
thinks he's white,
and
like,
he's voiced by a white character doing a white accent. Okay. Anyhow,
first, before we end this episode,
mm-hmm.
next episode,
mm-hmm.
We are going to probably get our ship.
Oh my God!
Guys, we're like a quarter of the way through this game.
hey, you know what episode this is, Ryan?
Like 17?
41. Jesus Christ. It is episode 41 of Skies of Arcadia, and we're about to get our ship in a game about sky pirates.
I bet we cap 100.
No. I'll make sure that doesn't happen.
I think, I don't think he's too far off.
Oh, God. Season 2 of JRPG Historia of Future Perfect will never start. We will record all of Season 2 while finishing this.
I mean, if super fans of all our stuff already may have learned of what we're doing for Season 2.
That's true. There was a hint, and by hint I mean Ryan spoiled it accidentally.
I said the name of the game.
One of the games that we've already recorded a couple episodes of. It's pretty exciting. We got 5 new games coming up, and maybe 6 games if Kyle gets off his ass and plays fucking Persona 3, huh?
I know.
Oh,
you know, this is a great opportunity.
There.
Here's what I'm saying, Kyle. Here's what I'm saying, Kyle. This is a great opportunity because we're starting a new season once this is over.
Right.
It's a great opportunity.
I understand that.
So, and you'll have a lot of time because we're not going to beat this game this year. So.
All right. Good to know.
Okay. Anyways. This has been JRPG Historia of Future Perfect. Thanks for joining me, guys, and see you on the next episode.